Thank you, Jignesh. So, a very, very warm afternoon on the special day, which is Doctor's Day and the CA Day as well, to one and all. And I must tell you that it is truly a pleasure to have with us Dr. Bharti Shete, aka Dr. Abby, with us today on this special day of Doctor's Day. So, welcome, Dr. Abby, to the Vibe Live, a Hexalog.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure being here and just wonderful meeting all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. So the WIBE, that stands for Women Inspire, Build and Enhance, is a platform dedicated to fostering women's excellence. It brings together women doctors from diverse specialities to share knowledge, leadership experiences, and personal journeys that inspire growth and collaboration. There are four fundamental pillars that form the WIBE, that are physical well-being, mental health, financial wisdom, and professional excellence. Through various initiatives, the Vibe strives to build a strong community of women professionals who uplift one another and redefine the landscape of healthcare leadership. I'm Dr. Ritu Johri, consultant diabetologist and metabolic expert practicing in western suburbs of Mumbai. I have a unique diverse background with decade and a half spent in pharma industry, working behind the scenes of drug development, marketing, and support, and now into clinical practice for the last half decade, practicing diabetes, thyroid, and obesity. Besides clinical practice, I also contribute to research and medical writing as co-founder of RFECT. But what brings me utmost pleasure in sharing is the introduction of this wonderful initiative with these lovely women who are the co-founders of the Vibe. I'm blessed to be complimented by my husband, who's an orthopedic surgeon, and my family feels complete with a teen son and a toddler daughter. With that, let me take you to introduce to our wonderful team wide. Dr. Lotika, over to you for your introduction.
Good afternoon and welcome all to this episode of Wide Hexalog, and welcome Dr. Bharti all the way from Florida. We're really happy to have you with us today.
Thank you.
So I am Dr. Lotika Purohit. I'm a diabetes and a lifestyle medicine specialist practicing in Kolaba, Mumbai since the last 3 decades. I'm also part of the visiting faculty of JJ Group of Hospitals, as well as part of the National Executive of the Research Society for Study of Diabetology in India. And besides that, I'm a Rotarian. So today also is the start of the new Rotary year for us. So that is also something exciting. So I'm partnered by my husband, Dr. Suresh, who's also more popularly known as the Sugar Doctor. And I'm a mother to an artist and an entrepreneur. Besides that, I love traveling. I enjoy these meaningful chats that we have every Wednesday afternoon. It's really fun to listen to the stories that women physicians have been through and how they have overcome the challenges and come out standing strong. So looking forward to having a nice chat with you, Dr. Bharti. I now hand over to Dr. Kavita Rani for her introduction.
Thanks, Dr. Lotika. Good afternoon, Dr. Bharti. Good morning from Mumbai.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone.
It's wonderful being here.
Namaste. Namaskar, everyone. I'm Dr. Kavita Rane. I am the Director of Operations at Rane Hospital in Chembur. I'm also the founder of Diabetes Total, which is a diabetes and obesity clinic at Rane Hospital and Apollo Spectra in Chembur. I have been practicing for the past 16 years now. Looking back, I would love to say that what medicine has achieved for my community, I'm really happy and proud to be here today. And I love time that I spend with these girls on Wednesday. Apart from medicine, I love EDM music. I love to play golf. I love outings with my parents, traveling. I love painting and abstract art. And every single minute I spend with you guys and the star speakers such as yourself on Wednesdays, I love all that. So over to Dr. Rokia.
Good afternoon from Mumbai, and finally I'm back in my clinic today after 3 weeks from London to Toronto to Vancouver, and I'm finally back home. So this is so wonderful. Welcome, Dr. Abby, or should I say Bharti? I don't know.
Bharti.
Yeah, but so glad to have you accepted our invitation. I'm Dr. Rukia Surya Sheikh. I'm a diabetes, thyroid, and an obesity specialist. I practice in Mulund for the last decade and a half. And what I love most about medicine is not just treating the numbers, but it's all about, sorry. Yes. So it's about understanding people and being a part of their journey. Beyond the clinic, I'm a wife to a medical oncologist and a proud mother of two children, 15 and 10, and someone who believes in practicing what I preach. So what I really love is I enjoy my workouts. I enjoy these meaningful conversations that we have, especially our lovely Wednesdays with such amazing speakers like you. And along with that, I love playing tarot. And also, what I have recently started exploring is painting, getting this little calm to the chaos of our daily lives. So thankful, Dr. Abby, to be here today, Bharti. And over to you, Pranjali, for your introduction.
Thank you so much, Rukia, and good afternoon, Bharti. I'm Dr. Pranjali Shah, Director and Chief Diabetologist at Diabetes Clinic. It's in Mulund. And I also handle internal operations at iHeal Complete Vision Care, which is led by my husband. He's a cornea transplant surgeon. So I love treating young diabetics and help them live longer and stronger. But if you don't see me in my clinic, I love doing hiking, farming, playing with animals in animal shelter. So if you don't see me in the clinic, I'll be definitely in the jungles or somewhere in the villages. So, and I love on the Wednesdays connecting with leaders like you, and this gives us a lot of learning actually. How should we improve our lives, and definitely for everyone also. Over to you, Dr. Ritu, for the next introduction.
Thank you so much, girls. And once again, Dr. Bharti, welcome because it's truly a pleasure to have you. And with your permission, may I just speak few words about you for the audience? So, Dr.
Absolutely.
Bharti So Dr. Bharti Shethe, MD, MFO, MA, she's a diplomat of the American Board of Obesity Medicine and is the president-elect for the Obesity Medicine Association. And she came here with a dream. She left Mumbai with a dream. And today, on the global stage, she's actually helping reshape obesity medicine on the global stage. She is a physician, a leader, an advocate, and a very influential voice in the space of obesity care. On this Doctor's Day, Vibe celebrates not just a doctor, but a woman who's actually breaking stereotypes, mentoring people, changing lives, and reminding us that behind every breakthrough, there is a story worth hearing. So join us today to hear Dr. Bharti Shetye talking about beyond willpower. And this theme is basically inspired by her, where we talk about the science of obesity, metabolism, and sustainable weight loss through the amazing work that she has gone through. So, once again, Dr. Bharti, welcome officially. And just a quick question: how did you feel when you were invited by Kavita for this platform?
Absolutely amazing. And as I sit here today looking at all of us, I'm just happy that I'm a part of this group now. So thank you, Kavita, for the introductions and inviting me here. It's just a proud moment for me to be connected with all of you.
Lovely. Likewise, likewise. So thank you so much for those kind words. And without further ado, Kavita, may I request you to take up the first segment, please?
Thank you so much, Dr. Ritu. So a big warm welcome to Mumbai at our time, 3 p.m. and 5:30 at your side. So good morning, Dr. Bharti. It's so amazing to have you here today. So our first segment is the journey of the woman in white coat from Mumbai to Tampa Bay, Florida. So you, Dr. Bharti, aka Dr. Abby, are a true inspiration to one and all. Let us straight dive into the journey that eventually transformed into a remarkable career. You graduated from, say, GS Medical College, Mumbai. Did you ever imagine your journey would take you to leading obesity medicine in the US? What were the defining moments?
So again, thank you very much and happy International Women's Day to everybody over here. First of all, just let me let you know that the word Dr. Abby comes from my maiden last name. So my maiden last name was Abhi Chandani. And the ABI, my father was called Mr. Abi all his life. So the ABI, when I came here, the nurses were like, we cannot pronounce Abi Chandani, so we just make it Abby, and that's how my
Right.
name comes as Abby. But again, for India, I'm still Bharti, and that's what I would like to be called if it's okay by all of you.
Yes, for sure.
So yes, I did leave KEM in 1994, came to the US right then. We all have a dream, right? And we continue to follow our vision, our path, one day at a time. We never know whether the dream will be successful or not, but I think it's putting in the effort one day, each day, every day, and just
Yeah,
keeping moving forward.
right.
So I came here to the US, did my internal medicine residency, and then I will tell you that, again, since I heard your introductions, I have three kids, Sagar, Akash, and Kiran. So when they were growing up, I wanted to work very part-time and be with them. So that's when I started doing all my certifications for obesity medicine. I took my CMEs, I took the American Board of Obesity Medicine. And my vision was for those 10, 15 years, I'm going to work 20 hours a week so that I can be with the kids and continue with my medical practice. And once the kids have left the home, I will work 60, 80 hours a week. And that kind of balances out that 40 hours, doesn't it? So that's exactly what I am doing right now. And that's why I can be here at 5:30 in the morning, connecting with all of you wonderful women. So we can all work together. So that's my journey in a nutshell. But the one other word I picked up over here, which I really like, is everyone's calling it a journey, and I love it.
True, true,
Right?
very true. So, well, was there some defining moments in this journey of yours? Did
Right.
you, well,
So as a physician, I mean, I trained as the primary care physician, a general practitioner,
mhm,
but I was never happy with working as a general practitioner because for me, as a general practitioner, I thought I was just using the band-aid approach to medicine, right? You've got
mhm,
diabetes, high sugars, here's your medicine. You've got
mhm,
hypertension, here's your medicine. You've got high cholesterol, here's your medicine. Oh my God, you had a heart attack, let's get you to a cardiologist. So I thought it was more of a band-aid approach. So I said, let's get to the root. What is causing these issues, right? What is the root of these chronic diseases?
mhm,
And when I dug into it, I got to obesity medicine, and I call it the disease of the diseases, right? So when I started doing my certifications and I started treating people for obesity, management of obesity, I realized that I'm really actually treating the chronic diseases. And I can actually tell my patients, let's get off this medication, let's decrease your blood pressure medication. And that I felt like I was being a real physician and giving the gift of good health to my patients.
mhm.
And that's where it kind of kept mushrooming from there.
True, true. Amazing. So what you're saying is, rather than firefighting, we go to the root cause and cure the pathology. So that's amazing. So was there a family member or a patient or an experience that has inspired you to dedicate your life to obesity medicine?
Yes, actually, I think a lot of people who are in obesity medicine, they often have a personal story also, which kind of brought them to this path. I have a very strong family history of diabetes, and that word scares me a lot.
Mhm.
The diabetes scares me more than anything else.
Yeah.
So I was very heavy at some point of time, 180 pounds, which probably translates to, I don't know how many kilos would that be, probably 120. I don't know. I haven't done the calculation. But I was like, no, you've got to do something. So I got in this path myself,
Mhm.
and I've been able to help my own family members either prevent diabetes, or if they are diabetics, then to get them in a better place. So I think
Mhm.
that was another starting point of mine is we want to get healthy. And this management of obesity is really, I call it a journey to better health.
Very true. So which means that your own journey has inspired so many, not just yourself, but so many of them around you. That's
I
just
think
amazing.
so.
Yeah, that's just amazing. So, every successful woman has moments of self-doubt. Did you ever have yours? And how did you overcome them?
Absolutely. I mean, we are all human, right? We all have our positive traits and our negative traits, and we have to keep identifying them because that's the only way to move forward in life.
Right.
So, like I said, it was a busy household with three kids and a husband who was, very working 80, 100 hours a week. So those were my biggest challenges, my biggest moments of self-doubt is, can you do anything? Can you accomplish anything? You know, you've taken this a little bit of hiatus, 20 hours a week in your medical career. Is there something you can do to overcome this? And I think a big clue in on this one is never doubt yourself. I think doubt really holds us back. That's a huge obstacle for many of us. It's just have faith, understand if you, as long as you're doing the right thing, right? I love the mantra, do the right thing and do it right. So as long as you're doing the right thing, you have the faith, have a plan, and keep moving forward. Not every plan of yours will be 100% successful, and that's okay too. Just change the path if you need to. But you got to embrace the journey. That is important.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Moving on to the next segment.
Thank you so much, Kavita. So, Dr. Bharti, my next segment is about leading obesity medicine in USA. We know that obesity is the driving force or a driver for and diabetes, obesity, diabetes, hypertension, dyslipidemia. All these are consequences of obesity, and no more. It's no more like a cosmetic thing. It's a disease. We need to treat it. So now
Correct.
on the chair today, you are president elect of the Obesity Medicine Association. So, what does this role truly represent, not just for you, but for the obesity medicine globally?
Correct. So I think we all human beings, all physicians are all connected, right? We just keep moving forward one day at a time. I've done this, I've been an obesity medicine specialist for 20 plus years. So patient care, needless to say, is a part of what I do. But also, we need to understand that patient care needs so many other things, right? It needs research. We've talked about pharma already. So we have to figure out, we have to have more tools in our toolbox to help our patients. So as I kept moving forward with the connections, and I feel really blessed that I am in this position of the president-elect, where we can make a few more changes and help our patients a little more. In this country, we need a lot of advocacy. Patients have a lot of problems with access to care, access to care for physicians, access to care for medical health. Regarding obesity management, access to care for getting the medications and coverage. So that helps me with advocacy, and we go to the Washington, D.C., Capitol Hill Congress to be the voice of our patients, saying we need the medicines, we need access to care, make it more amenable for us. I did travel to India. I've been giving a few talks in India over the last 3 to 4 years. And I see that that's an issue in India too. All right. The medications, we have beautiful medications, amazing medications for obesity management at this point of time. But for patients to get the right medicines at the right cost, we all have to be that voice. We all have to stand shoulder to shoulder and make sure that our patients get what they need and what they deserve. So that's why being in this position, and again, this is how I connected with all of you lovely ladies, lovely physicians. And obesity, I mean, we know that it's a pandemic, it's a global pandemic. And like I said, we all need to stand shoulder to shoulder and represent our patients and be there for patient care. Again, I mean, I'm happy that I can access, the Indian market too. And again, we would definitely invite all of you to the US, because we all need to, that globalization is going to get us to a better place. I'm just not taking care of patients within the US. All of us need to stand and have that global approach. I'm sorry, did I miss something?
Yeah, my internet got disconnected, some issues, so
Okay.
I got blank.
Right, no
Yes.
worries.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry, so I might have missed 1 or 2 minutes, like when you were talking. So, but what truly, like here we see that a lot of patients, they need obesity medicines, but they can't afford it. In India
Correct.
also, we see
Correct.
those issues we are facing. But more than that, whenever we ask our patient to start with the medicines,
recorded.
1 second. Yeah. So, in the clinics, when we ask our patients to start with any obesity care, we have relatives, they think that, no, it's not because of the disease, it's the willpower problem, their patient are not strong. So do you feel the same issues in there in US also? It's the lack of willpower more than any other thing, you feel that way?
Yes. So yes, we do see that. It's again, we have some patients who understand it's a disease, who've done their homework and come to us for the medications, exactly like you said. But there are some
Yeah.
people who think that people who are taking the medicine or people who get the surgical intervention are taking the easy road out, which we know, and we know as physicians that that is not true, right? There's a lot over the last 2 decades, 3 decades. There's been so much of science and evidence-based medicine to prove that obesity is indeed a disease. Knowledge is power, and as physicians, it is our job to educate our patients. And that's why I really
Yes.
like meeting my patients one-on-one, because then you can address patients' uh, issues on a one-on-one basis, right? So, like you said, some people come in believing it's just about willpower. Why do I need these medicines? So, we need to educate them to a certain degree based on their level of understanding of the science
Yeah.
of obesity, how the metabolism associated with it, the genetics. I mean, I usually say it's like a 100-piece jigsaw puzzle, right? It's genetics, it's environment, it's old habits, it's your
Multiple.
medical history, your medications that you are on. There's so many. It's like a 100-piece jigsaw puzzle. Stress factors, sleep, and we need to address each one of them to get you to a better place. So we got to meet the patient where they are and then take it up from there.
Yes, exactly, ma'am. So, ma'am, now there are so many medicines are coming up in the market. We have GLP analogs. We have also many tirzepatides are there. So, what has changed the most in obesity medicine over the last decade? And from lifestyle therapy to GLP-1s, dual agonist, and metabolic surgery. So,
Right.
I would like to have your inputs on this. How do you feel the future of diabetes and obesity care when you see so many advances in technology and medicines are coming up?
Right. I think this is a wonderful time to be in this obesity landscape. We are all blessed that we have so many more tools in our toolbox to help our patients. Um, I tell, typically as obesity medicine specialist, I know I'm in a lifestyle medicine. I tell my patients, I'm going to give you a fourfold prescription. So I'm going to give you a prescription for a nutrition plan. And I like to eliminate the word diet because the word diet has a very negative connotation to it, right? Patients have done it so many times and like, oh my God, here she wants me to go on a diet again, right? So I call it a nutrition plan. So I say I'm going to give you a prescription for a nutrition plan, a prescription for an exercise plan within your limitations, a prescription for medications and or surgery, and we have informed decision making. We talk about all of that. And I think most important is also the behavior modification piece, right? I mean, we say your mind can be your best friend or your worst enemy. So we got to keep channelizing the mind in the right direction. So those are the 4 things I discuss with my patients at every point of time. And with respect to medicine, I mean, again, over the last 2 decades, I've seen so many beautiful medicines in our toolbox. I've come from the era where, at least in this country, we used to have the appetite suppressants, the phentermine, phendimetrazine, Bontril,
Yeah.
sibutramine, Meridia. And then we have started having Orlistat, Contrave, Fusimia, of course, Belviq, lorcaserin came and got withdrawn. And then these GLP-1s, dual analogs, we have triple analogs coming in the way. We've got glucagon and
Yes.
amylin analogs. So it's a very exciting time, but it's also very fast moving, and we have to keep up with all the research and the newer medications. Otherwise, we will get left behind.
Exactly, ma'am. That's so true. So, ma'am, my last question is just like I would GLP-1 and all patients. So, do you recommend eye checkup for all the patients before starting the medications, or how do you go ahead in your clinical practice? Like retina checkup for all the patients before starting GLP and other? No, and then do you have it like in your checklist after starting the medicine? How do you go ahead?
Right. So it depends. Again, individualized care is important.
Mhm.
More so in diabetic patients, definitely more often out here, at least out here, most of our diabetic patients do have an ophthalmologist on board. I
Yeah.
think collaboration is key. I mean, we do see some side effects, but that's because of rapid weight loss and rapid bringing down the sugars and hemoglobin A1C. So that's another thing you want to educate our patients is, it's this is not a sprint. It's a marathon. We got to go slow and steady. So again, a lot of
Yes.
it is about education, and a lot of it is collaborating with their other physicians to make sure that we're keeping the patient safe.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for
Yes.
your inputs. And now over to next segment.
Absolutely. Excellent questions.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Where do we go from here?
Yeah, I think Dr.
Dr.
Ritu,
Lotika.
next,
Dr.
yeah,
Lotika, you're on mute.
yeah.
So
Sorry, I'm
mine is the next segment, and so it's really been very interesting hearing your journey so far. And now we move on to the next segment of the journey and about leadership. So you have been part of the leadership in US, and of course, I really enjoyed the part where you said that you while balancing it that we were having children, having a house full of like how it is when you have children, and then you now have the time to get back to work where your children are now on with their journeys in their lives, so that is very interesting. So tell me, how is it now that you are in a leadership role? Because we all know that obesity is something which is, you know, uh, a part of what treatment is here to stay. You have led clinics, you've influenced national obesity policy, and now you lead one of the largest obesity medicine organizations. So, what defines good leadership in healthcare?
I say a good leader, we all know the 3 A's of good leadership. And I think that is really, really, really true, right? So the 3 A's are accessibility, affability, and availability, right? So, and again, as you can see, I mean, Kavita said, hey, 5:30 in the morning. And I was like, yes, ma'am, I'll be there. So that's about being accessible, being available. It's to your patients, to your colleagues, to your peers, to your mentees. I've had excellent mentors in the past too, and I still continue to reach out to people who are my seniors to learn from them. So you have to have that humility. Again, it's accessibility, affability is, you got to be liked, you got to be a likable person. Availability, humility. I think that learning aspects have to be there. But I think in among any relationship, whether you're a leader, whether you're a mentor, whether you're a mentee, the most important factor is respect. Respect
So
has to
true.
be there
Yes.
for your colleagues, your peers, your mentees, your mentors. Without respect, I don't think any relationship stands strong.
Yeah. So you are a staunch believer of mind body medicine, of lifestyle medicine as it is. And how do you see the role of mental health, sleep, stress affect the obesity conundrum?
Absolutely. It's all connected. It's all connected. Whether lack of sleep and stress is causing obesity, making it worse, because as we know that, and as we treat obesity, sleep gets better, the patient's ability to handle stress gets better. So it's all connected. That word holistic, I absolutely love it. I'm not the kind of physician who just talks about medicines to my patients. I always tell them the medicine is the tool that I'm giving you. It's like me giving you a car, but unless you know how to drive the car, you're not getting to your destination. So
So
you
true.
have to do that nutrition part. You have to do that exercise part. You have to be your own cheerleader because as people lose weight, it's easy for them to get diffident, right? I'm doing everything right, but right? But this
True.
is not moving. The scale is not moving. My clothes size is not dropping. So you have to be a cheerleader for yourself too. I think what I tell my patients is I have a 3-in-1 job. I'm your physician, your coach, and your cheerleader. And between appointments, I tell them you have to be your own cheerleader. You have to keep yourself positively motivated because the stress, it causes obesity, but as you lose weight, that stress factor gets better. Lack of sleep causes obesity, but as you lose weight, your sleep gets better, your energy level gets better. So it's either a positive vicious circle or a negative vicious circle, and we have to channelize the patients in that positive cycle.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. It's right. So, what are the personal values which have remained unchanged in spite of the success that you have now seen?
Number one is respect. Like I said,
Sure.
respect in any relationship has to stay strong. You cannot, You cannot judge anybody. We cannot critique anybody. Everyone comes to us with 20, 30, 40, 50 years of learned behaviors. My job is not to change them 100%. They come to me, my patients come to me with a goal, and I have to get them there. So respect, being non-judgmental, non-critical, and I think integrity is important too. You have to be the role models for your patients. I cannot sit with a cigarette in my hand and tell someone else to quit smoking, right? They don't want to do it. So you have to be, integrity has to be there. Character, personality, and integrity has to be there.
Yeah. Yes, that's very true. A lot of people do say that, if you are not following what you are saying, you need to actually start to practice what you preach, because without that, nobody will follow what you are saying. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that is so nice,
Absolutely.
for you. So now I hand over to Dr. Rukaiya for her segment.
Hello, Bharti. And it's been so wonderful to hear from you right from your journey to taking, conscious decisions about, okay, this time I can't give too much because my family needs me. And then now gradually, as my kids grow up and don't need me more, I can take that much more time to my work. So, that clarity of thought that you had way long back then is
Right.
really nice. So, my segment is about being the torchbearer for women in medicine. So, as women, we've all come a long way, like from being looked upon as a weaker sex to now even holding influential positions across esteemed organizations that need change. However, still today, there is patriarchy, there is gender disparity, which still exists. I would not say just in our society, it's there in many countries across organizations. So, looking at that aspect, being a woman, we juggle multiple identities, from being a wife to a daughter to a mother to a doctor to everything, so this multiple identities. So did being a woman ever make your leadership journey harder or perhaps stronger? And anything that you want to share about that?
You said you hit the hammer on the nail. Patriarchy is there. It's a global issue. It's not just in India, because I have a lot of experience in India and this country. But again, we have to look at facts the way they are. Facts are facts. And each one of us has to do our part of just attempting to make a change, right? And how can we make those changes? One is, like we've already talked about, be the role model, right? Keep putting your best foot forward each day, because that you're being a role model, first of all, for yourself, right? You're telling yourself, you're being your own cheerleader and telling yourself, this is doable, this is achievable, small steps are going to take me forward. When you're doing it for yourself, you're being a role model for your peers, your colleagues, and the next generation. Remember, an apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So when you are being a role model for your next generation, our daughters are going to pick up on these things. Our sons are going to pick up on these things, and they will bring more respect to the table. And that's how you keep making the change. I mean, even Mount Everest, or if you see a lighthouse, they are huge structures, but they are also changing with every passing century. So change is the only constant, and we got to keep striving to move forward in the right direction. Have that vision, but also understand that our vision may not get the results that we accurately want, and that's okay too. Right? I don't believe in the word failure, because if you're learning something from any event, how can it be called failure?
Right. Like you said, it's all about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's the journey. And it can be in anything, not just with obesity. It's also the journey that you have being a leader. So yes, that's the journey.
Yeah. You wake up with a positive attitude, be positive, you end your day with a positive attitude, and you bring positivity in this 16, 18 hours that you're awake.
Yeah, I think I said, change is only constant. So every day, if you're trying to change a small bit, without realizing, you brought in enough change for the people who are successing and, the people to follow later. So if women doctors, there are these situations of self-doubt that we talk about, this quiet voice in the background which keeps telling you that, okay, not now, now is not the right time, you just need to wait till this gets over, till my children get bigger, or, my family right now needs me, or there are multiple, situations which keep on having. So,
Right.
how do women doctors, what advice would you like to give it to them who hesitate to dream bigger, because of whether it's family or societal expectations?
Right. So everyone has to make decisions individually for them. So what's going to align with themselves, their immediate family, their bigger family, and then their friend circle, right? It's a societal thing. And
Right.
none of us can tell anyone what to do exactly, but we can at least
Mhm.
direct them in the right direction. So
Right.
everyone's family situations are different. Yes, we have kids, we have expectations, and you have to put, again, let's go back to the jigsaw puzzle. You have to put all the positives and negatives in the jigsaw puzzle and then come up with that magic formula that's going to work for you. But again, stay positive, don't allow yourself to get diffident. Have a vision
Mhm.
and keep moving forward one day at a time. That vision is important. You have to have some goals, maybe, at the age in 2050, 2045, where do you want to be? And try to follow your path. And you may get there, or the path might change a little bit, and that's okay. But just have that vision and keep moving forward, because you are making a difference. We all are making a difference. That I can promise you. That I can promise you. Every time you make a change for the positive, we are making a difference. So do not feel diffident, and it's okay to reach out for help. You should reach out for help. Just pick up the phone. We live in the 21st century. There's a lot of media, there's a lot of WhatsApp, social applications. So find people who are going to get you in the right direction and reach out for help. It doesn't mean you're an inferior person. It's okay to reach out for that help. There's always a friend, a family member. If you can't find anyone, put my name out there. I'm okay to talk to people. They want to call me, text me 11 o'clock in the night or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll talk to you. I'll keep you positive and motivated.
Thank you. Lovely. That's so wonderful. Yes, that is why you're a great leader. You're accessible, you're available, and you're a community.
We need to be here to help
You
people.
also, yes, true, true. That's absolutely. You come across as a very ambitious leader, very focused, at this stage of your life and career. What legacy does Dr. Bharti hope to leave behind?
A happier, healthier world, right? So
Okay.
I touch the life of what, 10, 15, 20 patients every day. And I can just hope
Mhm.
that whatever I'm discussing with the patients regarding health and wellness, I hope it makes a difference to them individually in their lives. And I hope that it
Mhm.
translates to health and wellness for their family, friends. I'll have so many patients who come to me saying, "Thank you for helping me lose weight. My spouse is also losing weight, and my daughter has also gone to the gym, and she's also getting
Wow.
healthier." So that is a legacy we need to leave behind. It's just a happier and healthier world. It's about physical health, mental health. Just I call this a journey to better health. So yeah, that's what I want to leave behind.
Lovely, lovely. That's so thoughtful and it's really wonderful. Thank you so much. It was wonderful talking with you, Dr. Bharti. Over to you,
Likewise.
Ritu, for your segment.
Thank you so much, Rukia, and already so happy and lucky to be hearing all these thoughts. Resonates so much with each one of those, and love to see the three A's in you, clearly, Dr. Bharti.
Thank you.
So now we're going to jump into the audience section where the
Mhm.
audience reaches out with their questions.
Sure.
So these are also typically onto the obesity platform. So let me jump into the first one. This
Sure.
talks about, do you believe, Dr. Bharti, in intermittent fasting, keto diets, and similar kind of tactics for weight loss?
Sure. So first of all, I don't like the word diet, right? Because diet is something
Wonderful.
people
Yes.
do. Yeah, diet is something people do to get from uh, 200 kilos to 175 to 150 kilos. When they reach their 150 number, then they get off the diet and then they're back
Yes.
up, right? So if you call it a nutrition plan, a good lifestyle plan, then it's going to get you forward. So I don't like the word diet. The word
Absolutely.
keto, right? The word keto is really non-sustainable for a long
Hmm.
period of time.
Hmm.
It's very little carbohydrates, 20 grams to 25 grams of carbs. People can do
Right.
it short term, but
Right.
it's not a good long-term strategy. So, if my patient comes to me and says, I want to, I have a high school reunion next month and I want to lose whatever, 5, 10 pounds, the keto might be a fine plan for them, but long term, it's not a good strategy. Intermittent fasting works for a few, but again, I think it's really patient selective because if you look at the data with intermittent fasting, it's a very small number of people that do well because once, then they go and gorge their calories at a later date or a later time, and it defeats the purpose. So it's about patient selection and what works for one may or may not work for somebody else. And that's why, individualized plans are so good because you sit with your patient, understand your patient, the patient's likes, dislikes, how they live a life, and come up with a plan for them.
Wonderful. I think I just love that fact. And this is exactly one of the pointers where we had a discussion in one of the conferences where they said that why was this diet word even, brought in or coined in, or rather
Correct.
misunderstood. So diet
Correct.
necessarily basically means what is it that you need to consume to be healthy, rather than die
Absolutely.
eating, that kind of not eating. So thank
Exactly.
you for bringing light to that.
Yeah, that's
Um,
perfectly. Yeah.
So,
yeah,
even
and
Coke had to change their Coke diet to a Coke Zero because diet was not
absolutely.
well. So even Coke
Yes.
change it. They had losses in billions for that.
Absolutely, yeah. So when you use the word diet, again, like you said, it's got the word die in it, and I want my patients to live and live healthy. So we call it a lifestyle plan, call it a nutrition plan. And those are little things, patients have to work. It's work in
Yes.
progress and to work to change the dictionary in their head.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think these are more words misunderstood rather than being coined like that. Because, when we look at nutrition, of course, yes, that's talking about micronutrients, macronutrients, which now are gaining, popularity in discussion thanks to the GLP-1s and the weight loss programs that are coming in.
Correct.
But otherwise, when you look at these things, when people used to come and say, what are the right diet foods that we want to eat? So we don't blame the patients. It's ultimately the kind of terminologies that are being used around, whether it's the social media or the people around that we're talking like that. So now, happily, we're in a good space where we're talking more science, more particular terminologies, correct terminologies, rather to
Correct.
guide our patients in a better way. Wonderful.
Correct. And
The next
social media, we have to be very careful about social media because there are a lot of
very
influencers out there. And again, even that's another thing we have to teach our
absolutely.
patients is watch what you are listening to because, that's what your mind starts believing in.
I tell you, Dr. Bharti, it is a different ball game altogether with the chat GPT into the picture because
Yes,
nowadays you see patients coming in with the responses that they are expecting from you because now rather than the Google, they have the chat GPT answering their questions more individualized way. And so, while they're
absolutely.
not able to answer everything, but at least they have an answer for your every question. So
Yeah. Huh.
it's good. It's good because it creates that safe space for them. I feel that it's good because they get to converse about those openly with us. They take more ownership about these facts, these diseases, and then they ultimately reach to a better journey towards their own health. So
Yes.
always looking for positives within these adversities. So the next question is a little diverse. This talks about in patients who are non-diabetic and or on GLP-1 drugs for weight management.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the CGMs, the continuous glucose monitors
Sure.
being used?
Sure.
How do you see the usage of these?
So that's again two sides to every coin. That's a double-edged sword, I would say. There is no real data suggesting
Correct.
that they are beneficial for those patients.
Mhm.
What do CGMs do? They do give us a biofeedback, right? They're giving us information on, hey, you've eaten this food, this are your sugars. So
Right.
patients can use it as a learning tool because again, as
Right.
you and I as physicians, we talk to the patients about a good nutrition plan and they want to know what should I eat, what should I not eat. And in a 20-30 minute appointment, there's only little limited information you can give them. So the CGMs will give them some biofeedback training is there.
Right.
But
Right.
then on the flip side, it can also cause a lot of anxiety for the patients,
Yes.
right? It can
Can
cause an
get overwhelming.
anxiety.
Absolutely.
You're not with the patient all 30 days of the month. So they will have their own interpretations of those numbers. CGMs
Yes.
are expensive, so it adds to the expense of their weight loss journey. So
Absolutely.
again, it's a double-edged sword, and you got to be very mindful about it. If the
Right.
patients want to use it just for a short term to understand nutrition and sugars and metabolism, they can use it for a short term. But
Right.
I would not recommend it long term. And again, it's very patient dependent because the patient anxiety
Right.
could become an issue. Eating disorders could become an issue. Patients might want to just
Right.
eliminate some groups of foods which they might need. So two
Right.
sides to every coin, and again, it's about patient selection that's important. It's got its positives, but it's got negatives also.
Love that. Love that the way you put it together. That of course, ultimately it comes down again back to individualizing the selection, individualizing which patient needs it and in
Right.
what capacity, so that we can guide them that, hey, look, this is something that you may use as an educational tool to guide your nutrition choices. But at the same time, yes, be wary of the overwhelm that it may bring in, by every time looking at the readings and probably, then getting anxious.
Correct.
And then again, causing
Absolutely.
another hormonal issue along with that.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Yeah.
Coming on to the last question, and this is, I'm sure this will be very close to your heart. When you look at obesity consultation, because of course, yes, you did mention, you talk about mind body audience, mind body as well with, medicine. So, how do you look at empathy as one of the virtues? Do you feel it is an underrated or overrated tool with the patients? And what other virtues do you think come in handy when you talk to your patients as a doctor?
Gosh, empathy is huge, not just for our patients with the disease of obesity, but just for any
Yes.
patient in general, right? People are struggling a lot in today's world. Stress is huge, corporations, work, is huge. So I think everyone, whether they're a patient or not a patient, needs that empathy and sympathy. Everyone needs that listening shoulder, the listening ear and a shoulder to cry on. But more so in our patients with the disease of obesity, yes, empathy is huge. Our patients have gone through many, many years, sometimes even decades of weight loss, weight regain, physical stigma, social stigma, the bias. They come in with their own biases and stigma, right? So we have to,
Absolutely.
we have to give them that. The empathy is the first thing that when you sit with your patient, you have to realize that sometimes that's what they've come there for. They've come to see you as a physician just so you would listen to them and give them direction on their mental health. So that is huge. Empathy, sympathy, are very, very important on this journey. Besides that, again, that positivity, you have to be their cheerleader and teach them because they're
Yes.
not going to always get results that they want, right? I mean, so often you'll see
Yeah.
patients who want to lose
Right.
7,500 pounds in the next 1 month, 2 months.
Right.
Validate them. I always tell my patients there are two goals with your weight loss. I ask them, what is your goal? And then I say, my goal is just let's try to lose 10%
Right.
because so I tell them I'm taking your goal, I'm writing your goal down, but I'm just breaking it down into smaller goals. So you've got to validate what they're coming into. Don't
Correct.
downplay it. Don't tell them, oh my God, this is too much for you to lose. Let's just lose this much weight. So listen to them, validate them. It's their journey. We are just trying to help them get to a better place. So yes, empathy is important, sympathy is important, validation is important, respect again comes down to, that is very crucial.
I think that kind of formulates the foundation of everything, because I believe the power of communication is truly very high when you're talking to whether it's a patient, a relative, or even your peers. The communication actually matters and brings down the entire ball game, or changes the way the patient also perceives you. And sometimes, I'm sure all of us have experienced this, that sometimes the patient will come and say that just by looking at you, doctor, or coming to you, doctor, it's been so nice that we feel all our worries are gone. And that is where I think our bigger win is with the patients, rather than
Absolutely.
just bringing down the numbers and the
Yeah.
reports that they talked about.
Yeah, I
Superb,
talked a lot,
superb.
and that's where you understand your patients, you have to understand what stressors they have in life
Yes,
and try
yes.
to, I mean, I do a lot of stress reduction strategies and try to get them to
Wow.
give them tools to reduce their stress also.
Oh, lovely. We need to connect on those as well. Will be great learning for all of us as well. But since time is
Absolutely.
running out, let's move on and jump into the next segment, Dr. Bharti, with you. This is going to be the rapid fire, which we call as
Sure.
the pulse of life. So, time to switch gears. Let's lighten it up
Yes.
with our signature pulse. So, what we're going to do is throw 10 questions at you,
Oh
which
my.
are going to be quick. And we
Oh
will request
my.
you to. No, they're going to be fun, I can promise you. And you can be instinctive and honest, whatever comes to your mind. So,
Sure.
shall we start? Are you ready to go?
Ready.
Wonderful. Coffee or green tea? Dr. Abby's pick.
Coffee. Again, looking at the
Wonderful.
antioxidants, cardiovascular health, but coffee.
Love that. Morning workout or evening walk for you?
Definitely morning workout.
Okay. Yoga versus strength training. What would you put your money on?
Both, depending on what part of life you are in. Initially strength training, later on in life yoga, but both.
Wonderful. So, a good balance between the two. Smart one.
Correct.
One myth about obesity you would love to bust.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? Your voice broke.
One myth about obesity you would love to bust.
Get rid of the bias and stigma in the world of obesity.
That's wonderful. One woman leader who inspires Dr. Bharti.
Mother Teresa, and then after her, Lady Diana, humanitarian aspect of life, compassion.
Love that about it. Love that. The next one. If you were not a doctor, what alternate profession do you visualize yourself in?
Anything holistic, maybe an exercise trainer, a nutrition specialist, anything giving the gift of good health to any human being on planet Earth.
Wow, I think all the humanitarian aspect comes out there. Talking about GLP-1. So GLP-1 drugs versus bariatric surgery. What would come first? I know this is the chicken and egg story, but still, what would you look as coming first?
Again, patient dependent, but as we stand at this point of time, the GLP-1s.
Wonderful. One food recipe from India that you miss a lot. I know you're from India, so why not ask you that?
Sabudana khichdi.
Oh my God. So we know next time that Dr. Bharti is in India, what we need to get to her. Lovely. One
Simple
daily
recipe, but it's amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. One daily habit you promote in your patients, Dr. Bharti.
Discipline.
Superb. And finally, the last one. Complete this sentence with whatever comes to your mind. Beyond willpower, lasting health begins with.
Consistency and discipline.
Oh, wow. That was truly, truly very instinctive, very sharp, and very sincere. Exactly what VIBE stands for. Thank you so much, Dr. Bharti. That was amazing, amazing rapid fire led by, answered by you. Thank you so much. So, without further ado, may I ask Dr. Kavita to take us through the closing then? You're on mute, Kavita.
So, can you hear me now? Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Thank you very much. So it has been so enlightening and so amazing and so much fun that we've had over this 1 hour with you, Dr. Bharti. Thank you so much for joining us this, shall I say, evening and morning?
Morning for
Two
me.
timelines. Yeah, thank you so
Yes.
much. So what we're going to do is we're going to reiterate what we learned from you, each of us. So going first, what I learned is be your own role model. Change is the only constant. Uncertainty is the only certainty. So you might as well go along, go with the flow, see what
Correct.
eases out. Empathy is huge and validation is necessary. So over to Dr. Lotika for her learning.
Perfect.
So, yeah, it was really very interesting and a lot of learning. And I understood the three A's of leadership: the accessibility, affability, as well as the availability. And don't refer to a diet as a diet, and it should be a nutritional plan, and not just a nutritional plan. You should also give an exercise plan, as well as see what are the stressors, and probably use some positive psychology to, also support the patients. And empathy is something that is universal. I think we all need to be empathetic, as well as see to it that the people whose lives we touch, we are able to be empathetic to their journey. So that was really nice. Dr. Pranjali,
Yeah, so
your
as
learning.
Kavita and Lotika ma'am, you have covered, but what I felt is respect is very important while you are treating with your patients. Like, so respect and non-judgmental attitude
Yes.
plays a very important role when you're hearing or listening to our patients. So that is my take home today. Over to you, Dr. Rukia.
Yeah, I think all of you have said that, but the three A's of leadership is something that is a takeaway for me today. And also, like you said, do the right things and the right thing will be done at the end of it. So, just keep doing the right things and things will be right. So, yes,
Correct.
that is something which I really like. Ritu.
I love going the last because then there is no pressure on me, and plus I can speak as much as I can. I can see Kavita laughing. So Dr. Bharti, trust me, each and everything that you said has been so inspiring and so relatable. But I would definitely say that, of course, respect is something that, comes in as the foundation of every communication, of every relation, and, even respecting your own self, of how you
Yes.
want to balance out the various responsibilities that you hold. Like Dr. Lotika said that, you had house full, three children, husband, managing your career, your home. That is a respect that you had for yourself at that point, and also you carried that to ensure that you got back to your career, because you also leave a legacy for your children that, hey, look, I'm a mother, but I'm a hardworking woman as well, an aspirational one at that. And that's how you leave that legacy for them. And when it comes to patients, you also teach them that, hey, I'm here to listen to you, and you respect that, without any stigmas, without any judgments. That is where respect holds. And of course, yes, when it comes to passion, I think that you're a very passionate woman. Whether it's your choice of choosing obesity to mentoring programs. I was, when I was reading about you, whether it's about course mentoring, whether it's about directing programs, you've always been very passionate about details. And that plus your choice of being something into a humanitarian background, I believe, a passion is something that we all should follow. If you're passionate about something, you'll definitely excel. That's what I would take away from this entire thing. And trust me, thoroughly inspired on this day. Thank you so much for making time at
Absolutely.
this time of the day. For the entire audience, this is 6:30 a.m. at Florida, from where Doctor is live for us. So thank you, Dr. Bharti.
Of
So,
course, I would like to say I've learned a lot from this group too. Again, there's a lot of positivity here. I was reading about Vibe and I was very, very impressed. So as you've said, like being the president got me to India, got me to connect with Kavita, got me to connect with all of you. And I'm grateful for that because I'm now a part of the Vibe community and I'm
Thank you.
thankful for it.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. We
Thank you
love
so much.
it. So for our
Absolutely.
closing, we just do the W and say be the vibe at the count of three.
Perfect.
All
There you go.
right, are you ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Be the vibe.
Be the Vibe.
Be the vibe.
Thank
So we
you.
look ahead to see you in India soon as well. Hoping to meet you in person as well someday
I look
soon.
Yes,
forward to it. I've
looking
got
forward to meeting you in person and catching up on further, or rather, further strengthening our connects with you.
beautiful. I have five new
Yes.
friends. I'm grateful.
Yeah. Actually, no,
Yeah.
you're online all the time. I'm going to call you now. It's going
I
to
love it. I love it.
What's up? Let's talk.
I love it. I'll tell you my sleep times. Just don't call me my sleep time.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make a
Yeah,
note of
sleep
that.
is very important.
Yes.
Good. Very important.
Then.
Happy Doctor's Day to each one of
Happy
you.
Doctors Day to
And
you.
thank you for all you do.
Same to
Bye.
you. Yeah.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much.
Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Oh, it was so good. Bye.